Hi Steve, hope you are well. Apologies, it's been slightly longer than I would have preferred for an update, but let's get stuck into it. So here is your account, your Google advertising account. Tell you what we'll do. We'll do an interesting exercise. Let's have a look at what improvements have been made, because that's ultimately what we look to do. So what I'm going to do here in the top corner is there's an interesting tool. I think it's here. There's something called compare. So we can compare the last 30 days to the previous 30 days just to see where the performance is going, whether it's going up, down, sideways, etc. So if we click apply there, and this is across all the offices, which I've got something interesting to show you in a second. Oh wow, that's really good actually. So we've had clicks, we've had 654 more clicks into your advert in the last 30 days. The impressions has dropped. Not always a bad thing, because if you've got an increase in clicks but a drop in impressions, that means it's going in front of the right people, i.e. people that are going to click into your advert. So that's a good thing. And here is just a brilliant increase. We've had 103 more instant valuations than on the previous 30 days. And that's what we're interested in, more leads going into the system. And the cost per lead has now dropped to £6.57, which is pretty cool. So it's £1.24 cheaper than the previous 30 days. So that's a summarisation on your on just the basic figures. But the thing I wanted to show you and talk to you about was something called locations. I'm going to click into locations, and it does what it says on the tin. It's the locations of where your adverts are landing. So in all your different areas. So what we can see here is that we can see the results of the instant valuations. So you can see that the worst performing area is HU15, which is, so HU15 is only 7%. So it's got a good, let's just see, it's got a fairly good click-through rate, but, only 7 conversions. Whereas you look at somewhere like HU17, you're getting 37 in there. Now, here's what's interesting. What we can do is try and level the playing field a bit for your officers and for you guys. We could, for example, here in HU15, we could adjust the bid. Now, this isn't going to adjust the amount of money you spend, but what it's going to do is it's going to tell Google, look, if there's stuff to be found in HU15, I want it found. So it's going to increase the focus a bit more. Just to sort of hit home with that a bit further, I'll just click into my account. So this is my Sterling Homes account. My brother-in-law now runs it. You can see, so I advertise the whole of the Birmingham area, which is quite a big area, but my favourite areas is the Solihull area and a few sort of postcodes around it. So what I do, and I've only done this recently and I'm already getting an increase in conversion rates, is I'm telling Google that I'm happy to bid 20% more within that area. So if it was bidding £5 per lead before, it might bid £6. So I'm just saying, to Google, go for it. In that area, go for it. I want more leads in that area. And then I've got a couple of others here. That's still within the sort of Solihull area, B93, 91, 90 and B47. So these are my favourite areas. And as you can see at the moment, we're not getting much at all. I have in the last 24 hours only up these bids here. So we should start seeing an increase within these areas now. And in fact, in B47, we've already had 2 adverts land. So that's good. So I can just let me know if things are fine as they are and you find the way the leads are coming in, absolutely no problem at all. If you don't want to sort of fix what's not broken, I would say leave it. But if you are thinking, well, I'd like, say, what was the low performing one? HU15. If you want HU15 just to get a few more leads in, then we up the bid there. It might take a bit away from another area, but it might then also level the playing field for you. So that's one of the big things I'm focusing on in the next sort of month or so with a lot of my clients. And I just thought I'd give you the opportunity, if you did want to speak to me about adjusting these bids. And then I think everything else, I think is going in the right direction. I don't think there's much more we can do. If you wanted to increase your spend, we're spending around, let me just see what we spent in the last 30 days. So this has just taken a little while to load. There you go. So here we go. Yeah, so your spend in the last 30 days has been about 1,747 across all the offices. So the only thing you can do now, if you want to, increase the amount of leads that are coming through, is start spending more money. If you're happy with these amount of leads and you're happy, I mean, you've had 100 extra from the previous month, so we are going in the right direction without increasing that budget. But if you do want to increase the budget, that's now's the time to do it. Let me know in the areas if you want to balance those out, and I will speak to you soon. Thanks, Steve.